While you're eating that, I'm going to be putting together the. I've changed up what I was going to make. I'm making coffee Italian ice. Anybody hear me?
Yes.
What?
Yes.
Okay.
And we sat over here and told you how good it was.
So I've got my sugar and water. Just put it in. It's real easy to make Italian ice.
Which machine? CB?
Yeah.
Okay, I'll clean out the other one.
Why? What do you add in there? Oh, chocolate. A little chocolate won't hurt coffee.
But you're not using this machine, right?
No, I'm using the
Right.
Cb350. Okay. Are you all watching your coffee? Okay. Do I need to rinse this? I'm using this one. I don't know. I'll just put a quick rinse through.
Yes, we do need to.
I
I'll
got
get it. Because it had the Snickers pieces in it.
Okay. I'm not worried about little Snickers in the
No,
coffee.
it would complement coffee, that's fine. But we'll do it anyway. One rinse.
All right.
Close the gate, open the door.
Gate open.
You got everything?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, so I have my taster's choice. Ladies, I have my taster's choice to make the coffee ice. I've put the sugar in here, the water, and that's all the ingredients there is. We'll taste it just like Jeff does once I put it in to make sure that I've got enough coffee flavor in there. It's easy to adjust. So do y'all feel like you could do this? Pretty simple. Okay. Go to home. Make ice cream. More recipes. Italian ice. Start. I'm watching out for that 25 cents off coupon. I haven't seen it in here. It may have been the last batch. But we'll give that a second or two to run. Excuse me?
It's an extra ingredient.
Oh, yeah. And it's a bonus if you get it in your ice. Let's see. I'm going to go for more. And I'm going to go for more sugar.
Always good.
Okay, 2 ounces more. And another.
I like how you're doing this.
Getting like you, right?
Well, it's good. You taste it, you know.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Cb350, that leg, is that the one that we could purchase here, or is that modified because it has wheels? Is it the same one we end up getting if we
Same
order
one.
one?
Same one.
Same one with the wheels and everything?
Yeah. Except yours won't have coffee Italian ices in it.
We'll let that dissolve for a little bit, and then we'll try it again. I'll let
Try it
I'll let
again.
you try it, Jeff. I'm going to need
Yes.
a container. The
Yes.
cup is the.
Yes, yes, yes.
There we go. You want to try that?
Put this on here. This will keep me up for a week, won't it?
It might.
That's good.
As is?
Yeah.
Okay. We hit start. It's on Italian ice. We hit refrigeration and we're off. Should take about 14 minutes. Again, dairy product is low in sugar, high in fat. It freezes faster, about 8 minutes. Italian ice is high in sugar and no fat, so the higher sugar about 14 minutes. And it was just the taster's choice. Oh no, this won't keep you up. This is my decaf.
There you go.
You're all set. You can drink this all day, all night. So that was, if you want to write it down, 3 quarts of water, 2 pounds of sugar, and 15 ounces of taster's choice. So this is our last flavor and your last chances to ask questions. So if you think of anything, fire away for Jeff or me.
Do you use the same amount of coffee in ice cream mix as you are for Italian ice?
Probably a little less because dairy product itself has flavor. And so it's easier to flavor. In Italian ice, you're dealing with sugar and water, which has no flavor except sweetness. So you do need almost double the flavor when you make Italian ice. So it's a good starting point. You can take an ice cream recipe and just double the flavor, and you're good. And my go-to sugar water formula is 4 quarts of water and 2 pounds of sugar. So that always works. And then you can adjust from there. Yes? You have a question?
I did. Let me think. All right. Now I forgot my question, so it doesn't matter.
That's all right. You'll remember.
Yeah. It wasn't about any George Steinbrenner
Excuse me?
stories. It wasn't about any stories you might have about George Steinbrenner.
It was or wasn't?
It wasn't.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
We've noticed that if we add fresh fruit when it's coming out of the machine, just that you mix in that you would mix in pieces of mango into an ice cream or something like that. We've had some issues with some of the fruits freezing.
Yeah, because it's just fruit. If you want to use fresh fruit outside of the machine, so where it's going to be real fruit, if you make blueberry ice cream, you're going to have little marbles in there if you're adding it as it's coming out. So what you do is you take an oven tray, like for French fries, and you lay out your fruit. If it's strawberries, you cut them in half and expose them. If it's blueberries, there's another way. But let's say it's the strawberries. You lay them out, and then you cover it over with a light layer of sugar. It's called sugaring the fruit. And you put a light layer over it and let it just sit overnight. They'll absorb the sugar. So now it's not just a strawberry, which is high moisture content. It's got a lot of sugar in it. For the blueberries, it's easier to put them into a container like this, or something smaller, a quart container, with a little bit of water, equal water and sugar, and mix it up and put it in the fridge and let it sit overnight. It'll do the same thing. It'll go through the membrane of the strawberries or mango or whatever else you're doing, and sugar it.
We bought some cans of strawberry junk crap that put in ice cream, and that stuff freezes. Like it's like a gel. It's like a like a jelly preserves type of thing that we put in there, and we noticed that also freezes as well.
Well, since it's probably high sugar content, but I don't know what's in it since it came in a jar. It's probably got a lot of stabilizers in there to hold it together in the jar until you go to spread it out on toast.
Now, if you just mix an ice cream and you throw fruit in there without covering with sugar in it, and the blades blend it in, you still could have that freezing problem, or
No, because you don't have any big pieces. Anything. If you put whole walnuts into this machine, it's going to break them into quarters. But let's say whole walnuts are $30 and quarter pieces are $10. Why put $30 pieces into a machine that's going to grind them into $10 pieces? Just buy the $10 pieces and they won't get any smaller because they're already down to like that, so they won't break up any further. So you save money and get just the product you want. It's great. Anybody else? I think we've worn them out.
I think so.
They're looking very
They got
tired.
tired quick.
Yeah, they did.
so when is this going to be posted on YouTube? I want to see myself
Next week.
next week.
Yeah.
No, I got it.
I just know that when they stand up, we're going to have a lot of questions.
Of course.
Well, you can email me. I'll do the best I can.
In a prior life, I was the controller for some manufacturing.
I'm sorry, what?
In a prior life, I was the chief financial controller for some small, medium-sized manufacturing companies.
Okay, well, you'll be amazed at what we do.
Yeah, I'm curious.
The materials are unbelievable. I have never cheapened the machine in the 49 years I've been here. I have always looked at it and said, if we have a way to do it better and it costs more, let's do it. Because these things have an average lifespan of 40 years. Some only go 35. We have a number of them that are in the 60 and 70-year-old machines, which doesn't make it a good used machine because they were made out of different materials back then and they're
Don't you have
illegal
lead in
today.
those old machines and stuff?
I'm sorry, what?
Lead? Don't you have lead?
Lead and copper.
Copper?
Yeah. Just like paint used to have lead.
Right.
You know, and just like you used to have a car without a catalytic converter. Yes.
What is the maintenance cost on one of the machines?
I'm sorry, what?
What is the maintenance cost on one of the machines?
What's the maintenance cost on the machine?
I can answer that.
Yeah, you can.
Let's say you have the machine for 25 years. Your maintenance cost will be, let's see, nothing.
Pretty close to it. The springs, let me get you a dasher. The secret to the dashers, which is a design, we used to do something like this, which was based on centrifugal force. You turn on the machine and the blade throws against the wall because of the weight of it. They used to be all metal. So that works until you get into the lower speeds. And then there's not enough speed for them to throw against the wall, so we went over to these blocky design. Now, all the other manufacturers use Delrin like I do, but their blades last 4 to 6 months. These last on average 5 to 6 years. And if you had to replace them, they're the same cost as the other guys, 4 to 6 months. The springs are what are pushing the blades out against the wall. So brand new, they're going to push the blades against the wall. A year and a half later, they're still going to push against the wall. So cost of maintaining the machine, a set of springs every year and a half. I think they're about $35.
Okay.
So that's it.
When do you know that you need the springs?
Excuse me?
When do you know?
Usually you start building up ice on the walls or your freezing time gets long, that's when you need it. But you should be, it's like saying, when does my car need an oil change? When it stops running. It would be a good idea if you did it every 6,000 miles. So it would be a good idea if you did these every year and a half if you're doing business, and every year if you're doing an insane business. And most of my customers do insane. And all our designs are the same. That's the Cb350. Cb350. I don't even think I have the strength left
Oh,
to do
this was for my machine.
This is the 44 quart. Same design, just bigger.
And you mill all the metal here and everything?
No, this is bar stock. We have, the doors are castings, and they're made in Wisconsin at our foundry out there, Waukesha Foundry.
Give me 100 curls on that.
Yeah, not with my frozen shoulder, I can't.
Tell Paula to call.
I'm going first.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm calling to make an appointment. What do we got? We got 9
We got
minutes.
time.
So why did you do away with the metal blades?
Because they wouldn't throw against the walls at lower speeds.
And at high speed it was fine.
Yeah,
So
But-
the old machine like he had without all the dials, the metal blades would have been fine.
we stopped making the metal blades because they had dairy metal in them. They were lead and copper.
This was mine.
Yeah, those had to be resharpened once a year.
Maybe.
Maybe, but the other ones 5 years. So which would you rather have, a 5-year blade or
Actually,
a
didn't
1-year
you
blade?
say they have to be dulled?
Yeah.
Yeah,
they
not
actually-
sharpened,
they
dull.
dull 'em.
Yeah.
Yeah, they get sharp.
Because they hone as they go around.
But we do everything we can to make the machine last longer and less maintenance, and that's what we've done. Very simple, very rugged. And the other reason, what the net effect of all this is you cannot find a used Emery Thompson. Now, I defy you to. If you do, get me the serial number. And when I get it and it's 32,846, I'll say, great. I was 13 years old when that machine was built. Which is really nice, but if you're going to run any kind of business and you think the shirts are important, you think the signs are important, certainly the dipping cabinets are important, the location is important, it's all for nothing if you don't have something to sell. So I told a person who I knew was looking at a used machine, I said, yeah, you can. I don't recommend it because it's already 35 years old. It's not legal. But if you buy it and it goes out on you July 3rd, I promise you I'll have you a new machine the 3rd week in September. In other words, the guy would lose his whole $100,000 investment. He'd be out the window because his machine went down, and you can bet your competition isn't going to sell you ice or ice cream. Not in a million years. So you look at the business and say what's important. When I was a young salesman, the most important thing to me was my briefcase and my car. I mean, I didn't need a Rolls Royce or a Bentley, but I needed something that would get me from the Bronx to Brooklyn so I could go sell you a machine, and then I needed a briefcase to carry the pieces of paper in it. But other than that, I didn't need a suit. I didn't need fancy anything. I just needed a car that would get me from point A to point B. You need to get from point A to point B in making your product. It's the critical.
These are the Hobart of ice cream machines.
No, these are the Emery Thompson of ice cream machines.
But you understand my
Yeah.
comparison, because the old Hobarts, you could throw a grenade in them and they would still work 5 minutes later.
I got to tell you something, not for nothing, but this guy will easily make you $1 million. It's a ridiculous no-brainer. A ridiculous no-brainer. And I make nothing when he sells a machine. We have no business arrangement.
No, we
I'm
don't.
just a guest on this show. And his machine obviously made me more than $1 million. It's simple. It's just a simple no-brainer. If there's one piece of equipment you need to do everything that you have to do and make all the money and make your life simple, it's sitting right in front of you.
All right. Isn't that nice light colored brown? So let's see what this tastes like.
What a nice texture.
I love you folks, but I'm taking this.
That's the best part. I see your face.
Yeah. I would have added a little more sugar to this because the flavor is good, but it's not as strong as I want. And the extra sugar, sometimes sugar doesn't necessarily make stuff
It
sweeter.
brings it out.
It brings the flavor out. And I'd say this is about a half pound short.
I wish I were a half pound short.
I'm getting there.
I thought we were going to make salted maple syrup.
Make what?
Salted maple.
Yeah, we just didn't do it. It'll be in the April class. We'll make that. We'll make, what did you call it? Salted maple, that's right. Yeah, I looked at it and I realized, see, you know what
Oh,
was the
thanks.
problem? Was we had
Loaded up,
Snickers
right?
left over.
Yeah.
And we had Nutella left over. So I had to make those two. And then somebody said black raspberry chocolate chunk, Laura.
I'm pretty sure it was John.
So that's what we made.
So if we're gonna make salted, do you just take the bladder with salt and,
I don't know, I never did it. So we'll have to, it'll experiment.
okay.
On the videos, which we didn't have time for this week, I show how to make a flavor on the counter so that you don't have to test in the machine. You know exactly what to do. And we make it on the counter, you add proportionally, you taste it, it's good, and then you multiply, and we have our formula.
I can find that on old videos.
Probably not. Probably not.
Make one and send it to.
What?
You'll make one and send it to.
Probably not. Probably not. You know, you can email, who bought that thumb drive? Jeff bought it and Kevin. So email one of them.
Oh, it's on a thumb drive.
Yeah, it's on the thumb drive, which was filmed at my store.
Oh, okay.
You're doing good.
It's a little weak.
Yeah, just what I need, a little more ice cream.
Yeah. Okay, thank you very much.
Mmm.